Okay, guys, welcome to the last round for today, round four for Calgary International Reserves. My opponent this round is on board one, so this will be pretty challenging to play against them. But still, I'll show you this game and then analyze what happens. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, my opponent Anand is around 2000, and I'm black. I'm white again. So I begin again with e4. He played e5, so it's a pretty normal Italian. So here I actually prepared b4, but like again it's a 2000 90-minute game. I was like, yeah, let's not play dubious, gambit on like literally move three of the game. But so I just went for like a pretty chill Gioco Pianissimo, normal game, castle castle. So here I play a4, so b4 will trap the bishop. So he played a6, and bishop g5, pinning the knight to the queen, h6, drop the bishop back. So here he immediately put the bishop back. So I mean, that's just like a prophylactic moves, but I still play b4. So he's trying to get out of the pin by queen e7, bishop e6, trading off the bishop, and then play queen e6. So that's exactly. So I didn't really try to prevent him from doing that. Like I just normally develop my pieces. We trade queen e6. So now he's out of the pin. So in this position, I should have gone for b5. This is really good for me because now the knight has to go back, and now rook b1 is really strong, and my threat is basically to play b6 myself. And if black plays b6 themselves, then this bishop is absolutely trash. And if he doesn't do anything, I'll eventually play b6, and then he takes, and then it'll be the same thing again. So I should have gone for that. I didn't. I played too fast. So instead I played rook b1 first, but this allows him to play b5 himself and preventing my pawn from moving forward. So I was pretty mad at this, but I had to just continue the game. So I just went back. So obviously he cannot take because then it would be just a disaster. This pawn will hang. This knight is under attack. He's losing some material here. So I just went back. He also went back to prevent my knight from accessing some certain squares. I played queen c2, so I want to play d4 in the future without the knight hitting the pawn. And now he played a really surprising move. He played g5. I guess like a pretty typical kingside attack when the center is pretty locked up, like no pawns have been traded yet. So if you see from the title, there are no pawns traded in this game at all, which is pretty rare. So I went back with the bishop. He continued with the knight f4, right? And then I break in the center. So whenever someone's playing against you on one side of the board, try to break them in the center, right? So that's like one of the chess principles. He played f6, which is I think is an inaccuracy because when you attack, you don't want to trade queens, but this allows me to trade his queens by using this pin. So like not that pin, but he has to trade queens with me because the queen's pinned to the king, and then that's what he did. He played c6, preventing me from playing d5. Right, so I played rook a3. So there's some potential of taking eventually, open up the a file. He played bishop b6, and then I doubled up on the a file. But there turned out to be nothing on a file, right? So rook rook e a1 was probably a mistake. Like if I turn on engine, I think this will be better because now I can take and then open up this file, which will be more useful. Like I cannot do anything with this. Like I have no entry points. This bishop is very well defended. Like my other rook has no purpose. So I don't want to open up the file because he might also use it in the future. So when you play this, I thought for 40 minutes in this position. I had no plans. No pawns have been traded. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Right, this doesn't really work because there's all sorts of tactics with like this. Like I cannot draw arrows today. But like all sorts of nasty stuff. Different pawn breaks. This bishop is very annoying because I didn't shut it off before. But anyways, I try to run my king. This is pretty cool. I run my king all the way to from e2 to d3 to support c4 break. But he didn't let me get that. Instead, he played knight g7, so obviously trying to play for f5. And now I calculated a lot. I spent a lot of time calculating as well in this position. So I thought about. So I played. I eventually played rook e a2. This is a very obscure move that apparently does nothing. Like, if you look at that, it doesn't really do anything. But the point is that he plays f5. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. Now this pawn will be hanging because he played f5, right? So I play pawn takes, right? Pawn takes. He can. I mean, he doesn't have to take back. He can take the bishop with check. So the best move will be to take with the h pawn. And now g4 is really strong. And then now we really get to see the power of the rook and the bishop eyeing at this f2 pawn here, right? So I can basically put my knight here. So without this rook, then this pawn will be hanging via c5. So for example, if my rook is not on a2, let's say I move the knight like somewhere else, and then this will be a double attack because now my rook is hanging and my pawn will be hanging too without the rook. Well, obviously, like with the rook on here, I'll just put it here so the rook has vision on f2. But that's why I played rook e a2, seeing some calculations like 5 moves, 6 moves ahead. And instead he copied me, so he didn't want to go for any of this, which might be just lead to massive simplification and then just open up the files and then just trade everything like the last game we saw. So in this position, he offered me a draw and I accepted because I have no plans basically. Like I can't really do this anymore because now he can probably play this and then I'm just like his king is just faster, right? He can just play this. So I just agreed to a draw in this position. It's pretty closed. Nothing really happened, but I'm pretty happy. I got 3 out of 4 in total in games. And then let's see what the evaluation, the accuracy for this game is. I hope it's not that low. Okay. Time of truth. Okay, so I played at 89.6, so there's some massive blunders, some random mistakes here and there. Probably my king move was bad. I mean, okay, let's see it. So I think the opening was fine. Like I should have played for b5 early instead of rook b1. That was my mistake, probably. Okay, rook b1 is fine, but yeah, b5 is best. Yeah, b5 is the best move, according to the computer. So rook b1 here, and then queen c2 is a bad move. I should have taken. Yeah, I should have traded the knights early before he played g5, because then the knight became pretty annoying on the side. G5 was best move. Yeah, it was a bind on my position for sure. I played d4. Queen, like how, explain to me how trading queens when you're being attacked is a bad move. Like, I don't understand. Okay. But, this just looked way too scary. Like, he can just do this, push h5, h4, and I just die. So, I didn't want to deal with that. I thought that was the best option, but it wasn't. Okay, well, it turned out this happened to be the best move. I thought there would be a better move for that, but okay. Okay, I should have taken here. Like, every time I don't take this pawn, computer thinks it's a bad move. But I don't know. Okay, my Wi-Fi is being slow again, but like I have no infiltration points, so I'll check with this later. But like every time I don't take the pawn, I think it's a blunder. Yeah. Well, like this doesn't happen. Like f5 didn't happen, but okay, yeah. the game ended here. So he ended in a mistake, which was kind of funny. But knight g4, it's like h5 maybe. Like this just looked way too scary because you have this. I don't know, but like I'm pretty happy to get a draw here. With like no pawns traded. This game is pretty low accuracy, but I will take it. Last game of the day, get some rest. So see you next game.